When you send that out, I'm asking the host to send that information out so people can start duplicating these things. So it disproves if a person's right or wrong because they're now doing what they people are saying, oh, this doesn't work, this does work. You'll find out for yourself if you do the experiments. But even Nikola Tesla's experiments were said not to work. And that's in my book. But when I explain them, even asking AI, I know people hate that. It says if people used it the way I told them to, then yes, they would have had a different knowledge because the way the scientists tried to do Nikola Tesla's experiment is to send amps over the air, volts and amps, and you can't do it. So they said he can't do that, but that's not how he was going to do that. So I talk about that, and yes, it's talking about that is called freedom of speech. So if people try to take your speech away because I write a book and tell this is my opinion, this is what I researched, I got it backed up with AI. Now it's for you to guys research this. Here are the simple experiments that you can do. Then you explain to me why people don't want you to do that. They have to have something they're hiding.
Okay.
No, no, there's nothing
Okay.
hiding, bro. See,
Before,
that's the statements. Those are the statements right there.
before,
You're like you're putting all of your onus on the fact that there's a lie being told. No, there's a misunderstanding that is not being accepted. I'm trying to tell you, I tried what you said was going to work. It didn't work. It didn't work mathematically and it didn't work physically. And you're telling me to go try it out yourself. I did. And I'm willing to sit with you to show you
You
what
have
I
no
did.
proof. Is that a question for me?
yeah, for you.
Nikola Tesla studied radio waves. Okay. That's what he studied. We're studying his work and trying to understand on a very limited understanding. Okay. Because I didn't go to college, how it works. But we're working from actual experiments. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're trying to answer questions. And the reason why I'm getting in his case is because he's stating an opinion. He said he did the research, what's name, and all we asking for him is to show it. Okay. Because the whole point is that we want to see. I put this on YouTube. I let everyone see that I actually did this. Okay. I
Yeah.
took the LED lights, which you all seen, and sandwiched them between two solar panels. It gave out voltage, which I had a meter do it. So what happened is instead of arguing with me about the higher science, is to come down to the level which I'm teaching and say, hey, what part of this doesn't work? Okay. And then when we
Okay.
break this down, because if he's saying that the LED lights will not run, that it won't think. We can break this down in pieces and then show everybody what works and what doesn't work. But I don't think he really wants to do that. That's my
Let's
opinion.
be clear, Lloyd. I definitely was patient with you on this on the other channel, bro. I told you, yes, you can take LEDs and power up solar panels. That's not the question. My point to you was you're only putting 5 watts into the solar panel. I mean, into the LEDs. The most energy it can give off is roughly 90% of that, which puts it out at 4.5 watts. So that's actually what's going into those solar panels. But the solar panels are only 20% efficient. So I calculated that your system is 12% efficient. You're only getting less than a watt out of those solar panels, but you put in 5. What is the point of this system, brother?
And
Okay,
and and
and here's good. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
there's
I
another
never said it
question.
didn't work.
The-
I never said it didn't
Okay.
work. I said it's
Oh,
useless.
okay. So here's the point.
Be quick, be
Okay.
quick, be quick.
The whole point is when you do the point and he's doing it mathematically and I'm doing it physically. So when you do it and you actually put it through it, watch my videos because on my videos I plug it into a inverter, a 2,000 watt inverter. So I plugged it into itself. So what happened is where
Why?
did these amps come from? I put it through a DC converter, which
Why?
anybody who watched my videos understand what he's saying. He's not telling everything that I've done. He haven't seen all the experiments that I did. He's taking bits and pieces of what I've done, what
You
I've
don't know what I
said,
do, brother.
without
Okay,
researching everything I've done. The professor has watched my videos and he said it works. So the whole point is that's because he actually watched the
All right.
video.
To the host, to
Okay.
the
okay,
host, to
okay, okay,
close this
okay.
out. Close
Before
this out. I'm going to put a video together and I'm going to walk through Lloyd's video and show you the mathematical model side
before
by side. So I'm going to expose him for not knowing what the hell he's talking about. So thank you, Lloyd,
Watch
for
identity
them
giving me that
all.
information. I will
Watch
identity
use
that
your
all.
video
Watch
as
them
my
all.
source. I will use your
ident-
video as my source, and then the people will know that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, brother.
Okay,
And
good job.
I will show you that your energy coming out of that solar panel is bullshit. I guarantee it. Through your measurements too. Through your measurements. Thank you, sir. Don't take
identity
them
there.
videos down. We'll invite Lloyd to even do the critique of his video together. I'm willing to do it.
Can
And
all
see,
right, then we
and
have
see, you got to understand, I don't have a problem with that either, because the simple fact is that when I put the podcast on my channel, it was to do one thing, to show that him himself says that it does work. Okay. When he said that, the whole point is now I inspire people to go out and do it. Okay. Now, the only point that he's making, he said, is inefficient. That's the only point that he's making. And even
No, I
AI
said it's
says it
useless.
doesn't matter if it's inefficient. Even AI came up with that conclusion. It doesn't matter if it's inefficient. It matters that we can do this, and now we can work on improving it. And it went back.
We
AI went back
have
with the.
improved it.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
It's
So
already been
AI went
improved.
back. What look, AI went back and said the same analogy that I was using on the podcast. That car was at 2 horsepower, and then we worked on it and improved it. But first, we had to get people to understand on a lower level to build people up to a higher level. So
No, what
the
you
whole
had to
point
do
of
was understand it for yourself, brother.
okay, that's what I did, and you're the
Yes,
one
on a lower
arguing
level.
with me
You had to
because I'm
understand it
doing
on a
it.
lower level for yourself.
Okay,
Everybody's not
okay,
on your level, Lloyd. Everybody's not
but
there. Some people have evolved, brother.
guess what? So why are you mad about that?
Am I mad? I'm actually I tried to be patient with you and you ignored me. Now I'm gonna be a little more stern. I'm trying to tell you, you're spinning your wheels. If you are this great inventor, I have millions of places you could probably do more damage in, things we don't know about. You're spinning on 100, 200-year-old technology.
So why
That's
are you
not
mad about
impressive,
that? That's
brother.
the question.
Because
You
you
didn't
came
answer
to
the
a channel.
question.
I will answer the
You didn't
question.
answer the
I will answer
question.
the
Why are
question.
you
I will
upset
answer it.
that I'm
I
spinning
will
my wheel?
answer it. I will answer it in a very calm manner. I will answer it. You came to my channel or a channel that I actually support, Ziax Institute. Everybody check it out. YouTube supporting the black babies on teaching them STEM, of which I actually teach. So again, I am trying to tell you, you came to the platform that I'm on and you tried to spew all this crap. And I was
You
patient
just
with you.
told a
I was
major
patient.
lie.
Hold on. Hold on.
You
Hold
just
on.
told a
Hold
major
on. No,
lie.
no, no. You don't interrupt me.
You
Don't
told
interrupt
a
me.
major
wait,
lie.
Okay. Don't
wait,
interrupt
wait,
me.
wait,
Somebody
wait.
called you. I will tell you who called you. Wale called you. Wale
Okay,
called you
but
and
you
told you to come
invited
over.
me.
And
You
you came in.
invited
Hold on.
me. I didn't
Shut
come
up,
to your
bro.
channel.
Hold on.
You
Stop,
sought me
don't try to
out.
deflect.